right, so we're starting today with your boy Tekashi 6ix9ine. We know he was out in LA for a few days, said he didn't have to check in with anyone. Now there is footage of his crew getting into a brawl with a man outside of LAX. Let's take a look.
Fuck, you see what I'm talking about? And that bitch ass nigga,
Oh, shit. All out fight right here, though. Tekashi. It's a huge all out fight. Oh my god. Oh my god.
So now, of course, there's some people who think that this fight was staged, not sure why. But during the footage, you do hear the attacker yelling whole lot of gang shit, and Tekashi did address this later. Here's what he had to say.
Yo, how many times I gotta troll y'all niggas, man? How many times I making fun of y'all niggas, man? Y'all see my shit spinning, man. Look at my face. Still untouched, yo. Beautiful, luscious shit, man. Yo, niggas just packed some niggas out. We just fought some niggas at the airport. As soon as I get the video, I'ma upload it. Man, stop playing with me. I told that nigga stop playing with me. Y'all can't touch me, nigga.
So, of course, after every fight, a rapper has to make a video like this. But, Ak, you spoke to him after this happened. Can you give us a little insight?
Yeah, well, I think everyone just assumed that because he didn't check into LA and he stayed there an extra day after he said he was leaving, that's why this happened. He told me in my live stream that that's not the case. He says it was an argument that stemmed from him and his friends helping a woman into the car at LAX. They also saw that TMZ, who he just did an interview with, so he just did an interview with TMZ, so there's a ton of cameras on him. The guy started getting loud for the camera, and then became a tense confrontation, and Tekashi's team just started hitting the homie. So, yeah, and it erupted into the street. I just can't get why the hell he ran into it, and I still been asking.
Because they tried to get him out of the way, right? They tried to take him inside.
Push him to the back. You're the famous rich rapper. Get to the fucking back, and we're gonna get busy. We're the fucking goons. And of course, he jumps in trying to, gain a couple points. Except I don't think he connected with any punches, and he fell. So, not the best look for him. But I'm just hoping everything with him just stays safe. He's not the person. Again, we just saw the video where he's like, "Yo, you can't fucking touch me."
Yeah.
Anybody could be touched. Okay. And I was also telling him there's a difference between people who had trouble with LA. And by the way, these weren't LA people. These were Houston people that were supposedly false claiming rap a lot. We could talk about that more in a second, but look at Tekashi and look at Cardi B. Both of them are moving very different in LA. Cardi B had no problems like this. Tekashi had. So I guess we got to take whatever you want from each situation, but I think he definitely should have avoided this incident. But he looks at it as promo.
Yeah. Star, what do you think watching this footage?
Thank you for the clarity. I have a totally different perspective. This is embarrassing for hip-hop across the fucking board. I know he's your friend, so I'll try and be respectful.
No, give it up.
And please know that I have backed out of wanting to see Tekashi's chain taken. I'm a man of a certain age. That was some silly shit and some sucker shit I said last week. Tekashi is Bozo the Clown in 2018, literally. And for all of you mousepad mobsters and keyboard killers, you're amping up the set. And that's nice, that's cute. But if we can just go back for a second with regards to the greater Los Angeles area known as Gangland. What makes it work, for the most part, the way it does is that they have an understanding of parameters. Parameters. If you violate somebody, if you fuck up somebody's money, you will definitely get that smoke. You will get a slug in the mug. You will take a dirt nap. Guaranteed. Tekashi's just running around saying, nah, 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 nah. That's what he's doing. He's not violating anybody specifically in LA. That's why nobody really moved on him. I don't wish that upon him. But this was a scuffle. This was not a fucking brawl. I think TMZ said this was a massive brawl, right?
Yeah. You're right, it could be more of a
Please
scuffle.
stop the fucking insanity. It was a scuffle, and as you just said, this was somebody from someplace else. This was not the Crips running down. This was not niggas from East Los Angeles running down. This is just Tekashi doing what he does. This is Bozo the fucking clown, and I can't read into this any more than that. He hasn't affected anybody in LA to the point where they want to touch him. And I have to say again, salute to Spanky OG up in the Beverly Center, supposedly looking for Tekashi. He hasn't affected anyone, just on a real level in LA. When and if he does, that's when he will take a dirt nap. And again, I don't wish that upon him.
Yeah, and according to him, he says he don't have a problem with LA, just particular rappers in LA. But again, even getting at him, and I say everything I'm saying now, I say to his face or I say publicly on my videos. Yeah. You have 3 songs on the Billboard Hot 100 charts, right? Why are you beefing with rappers who are dying to even get a record deal? Why the fuck are you targeting them or even taunting them? Right? They have nothing
because
to lose.
It's a sea of fuckery now. I think we'll agree on that. It's a sea of fuckery. So he's doing what he knows to do. Go ahead.
But that's where he's going wrong, right? Because also the way how he makes that video and he says, yo, you guys can't touch me, it feels like the challenge is more than to just those rappers.
Yeah.
It feels like he was almost offending the whole LA. Like, yeah, I'm in LA, none of y'all could touch me, period. So that's why, of course, when this video eventually happened, or this incident, we knew something was gonna happen, right? Like, he was lucky to not have anything happen before this, because there was a bunch of dudes running up in hotels looking to find him.
I disagree. I'll let you finish your point, but I disagree. And no, we didn't know something was going to happen. But finish up, I want to come in before I forget my thought.
No, I think everybody knew something. I think he knew something was gonna happen. And actually, when I talked to him last night, he said he knew something was gonna happen to the point that when that altercation at the airport happened, he said, shit, he had to jump in. That was his reason for why he didn't just hang back behind the goons and let them do it. He says, that was his moment to kind of show people how he gets down. I was like, that was pretty stupid.
Okay.
That was pretty stupid.
3 words: money, power, respect. If somebody in LA wanted to touch him, he would be touched. The reason why we have, and I'll even call Snoop Dogg an OG, even though Snoop and I have had our issues. Just hang on a second. The reason why you don't hear Snoop talking about Tekashi, the reason why you don't hear Nipsey Hussle, who is claiming to be the voice of the West Coast, and I believe him, is because he hasn't really violated anybody in particular. He's a bozo. So I want to take it back. I don't think anybody really wants to touch him until he starts calling out those names, as you just said.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's not gonna call out the local rappers' names, and I think he knows better than to like go at YG.
Exactly.
Remember,
Exactly.
We talked about YG having a song that may have dissed him.
Right.
He says that he's spoken to YG's people, or YG has spoken to his people.
He probably called YG and said, "Are we okay, homie? Are we good?"
No, well, according to him, he says there was no problem. Like, and that was YG's people communicating with him. But regardless, like, he's beefing with rappers who want that attention, and he's doing some of the stuff for attention, right? And when you're updating your location, knowing that everyone was paying attention more to you than the All-Star game, he's doing it for attention. I'm just hoping that it still stays at this level where this might be the most serious it gets in terms of a scuffle. Because
But he has this project on the way, so like you said, he's looking at this footage now like, cool, great promo, I'm gonna sell more records, or what?
Yeah, priceless promo. I mean, listen, yesterday I was talking to like my homies over at TMZ, which, by the way, salute to this photographer person
TMZ
who got
homies.
this.
Okay.
TMZ homies. This nigga's compromised.
No, it's called having friends.
All right, come on.
You don't have friends? No? Okay. Well, they're saying, they even said it. They were like, yo, this is like the most priceless promo he could get, even though it's dangerous. It's dangerous. And I think that's a fine line he's kind of treading, right? Like, he's getting the anticipation up for his album dropping, which is dropping tonight, but he's doing it in a way by taunting people and by basically putting his life on the line. I don't think a lot of people would accept that risk reward factor.
Do you want to see him get that work?
No.
Okay.
Do you?
I've already taken myself out.
No.
I was just asking you, because a lot of people on social media, are pointing to you, and I say that respectfully. So
of
had
course
to ask.
not. I think at some point he's still immature. At some point, he'll cut this out, but it's gonna take him a while. It's gonna take him a while for him to cut this out, because he's looking at the viral factor, right? He's not realizing it, and that's why I compared him to Cardi B. Yeah, Cardi B has had tremendous success in music thus far, But he's having pretty good success. Like, he's still running around like a SoundCloud rapper.
If I can
with
also,
nothing to lose.
If I can also just add one thing, you know, I've been going back and forth to Los Angeles since the mid '80s, and I was in a situation on 2 occasions where I was wearing a fire red jumpsuit, and some people approached me and said, "Hey, homie, where you from?" Oh no, I'm sorry. They said, "Do you know where you're at?" And based upon my naive response, they gave me what's called a pass. A lot of people get passes in LA. It's not everybody just running around, you know, shooting the place up because you're wearing the wrong fucking colors. Again, they have parameters, and if you fuck up somebody's business, then it becomes a real problem. But at the same time, you know, and I don't want to go so far back to Biggie and Tupac. You know, here's another reason why Tekashi is looked upon as a bozo from a lot of people in LA. When people get killed, high-profile people, Biggie and Tupac, a lot of business gets stopped. A lot of investigations take place. Nobody wants that over fucking bozo. That's all I had to say.
Interesting. All right, well, the timing of the footage is interesting. Like you said, his project's about to drop, so I guess we will talk about that next week, see how it's received.